so juicy, juicy, yeah, yeah. Do you mind if I slide? You like the way I work you out. I don't mind if you tease me now. My lady, you deserve a crown now. I like it when you take it to the ground. Do your dance, mommy, yes. Honey, I like the way you work for me. The way you move your ass got me going down. You got it, girl, you got it.
Ladies first,
Name,
always.
city, and occupation.
Okay, Lorelei Gray, current city, Henderson, Nevada. Sex worker at the Chicken Ranch.
Nice. I am Big Trey, born and raised in Detroit, known as the Detroit bag boy, but now I live in Las Vegas. I am a porn star, also still sometimes a trainer.
I mean,
a man of many different talents, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, living in Las Vegas now and loving it, and a 5-year vet in the porn game.
I'm Sammy Sweets. I also live in Vegas. I do OnlyFans, and I also work at a brothel.
Nice.
Okay. So we'll start here. How long you been in the industry?
Since May.
Oh, so you're new.
Yes.
For real new.
It's a newbie.
Since May, mid-May.
Trying to get her feet wet.
Tell me, what was your occupation prior?
Okay, I started out at 14 and a half in restaurants. As soon as I could get a worker's permit, got off the farm. Went into restaurant work until 2008. Went into call centers for 11 years. Got burnt out on call centers and went into straight administrative work. Most recently, site administrator for a utility company back home. I have never worked in the industry. So.
Do you ever personally like watch adult films or anything like that, or is that like?
Oh, of course, and I mean I had my fun. I've been into like a swingers relationship. Okay. I had sugar daddies back home. I've never been in a traditional committed relationship at all. I've always kept my options open.
Oh, so you've never been locked down?
Ma'am. No, I have never been under a man's thumb, not one in particular.
Okay. Okay.
Like that.
Okay.
At least not one with enough
money. So you've been in 5 years?
Yeah, I've been in 5 years now. Started off mainstream. I came in a little bit before the whole OnlyFans and everything started, you know what I'm saying? Before porn, I was in the fitness industry for, say, 22 years. Oh, I did a little bit of everything, personal training, bodybuilding, fitness modeling, ran my own gym, trained kids, senior citizens, other bodybuilders, football players. Okay. Yeah, I did pretty much everything you could do in fitness, you know what I'm saying? Okay. And I also used to do celeb security for about 12 years. We ain't gonna say too many of them. A lot of them going through some shit right now. But I've done a little bit of celeb security. We'll say that for another episode.
No.
But real quick, I know it's real tough, man, being, for a male in the industry. Like, how did you get turned on? So you need to get step in. Somebody referred you? Or? Oh
yeah, man. I came in under some legends, dog. The legend Prince Joshua. Everybody knows him as Boots. You know what I'm saying? He always wear the Timberlands. That's who brought me in. That's my big bro, my mentor. Okay. We met each other in the gym. Actually, I was still in the personal training game, and we just hit it off as neighbors first. Because when I first moved to Vegas, we was actually neighbors at a loft out here. I don't want to say the loft name, but. We just hit it off as neighbors. I already knew who he was and shit, just because I've been seeing him in porn since VHS days and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Old school.
Yeah. So then, since I never said nothing about it, I think around the third time we ran into each other, he actually brought up porn, and I was like, man, I been who the fuck you was, bro. I just ain't say shit. And because I do celeb security, so I know how they feel sometimes and shit. Don't want to be bothered. So he was like, man, I like that. You ain't come off as no fan of no shit. He's like, you know, you fit, you ain't no ugly nigga, no homo, but you ever thought about being in the industry? And I was like, his exact words, bro. Yeah. And I was like, man, every man that thought about that shit, I mean, it's going to happen. Yeah. So we exchanged phone numbers. And I actually kind of, I ain't going to say turned it down, but I had to think about it, you know what I mean? So I went home, talked to the baby moms real quick about it. She was like, man, you a single dad, go ahead and do that shit. You just get in the bag for our baby, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, all right, you know, so the game plan was to just do it for a few months, stack the bread up, and then open a gym out here in Vegas. But then them damn AVN awards and shit started coming in and getting nominated for best male newcomer and all of that. And I was like, And I ain't gonna lie, the money too, bro. Because he started me out at a higher pay rate than most dudes usually do. Like, so getting like 3-4 scenes a week at that pay rate, you know what I'm saying? We used to say it was like 600.
Okay.
So you getting 3-4 scenes at $600 a week, and it's like, shit, this a personal trainer. Yeah, I'm gonna do this over here and shit. You know what I'm saying?
For pleasure.
So, yeah, you know what I mean. And I was already a nympho, so it just went with it. So so I've been with it for 5 years now. Yeah, hell yeah. So yeah.
And for yourself, how long you been in the industry?
I've been in the industry 2.5 years, so I'm still kind of a newbie, but I've dibbled and dabbled.
For you ladies working at like professional businesses, like is it still somebody referred you like, hey, like I'm not sure if you'd be into this. Is this okay? Like, would you want to check it out, or you should, or they just flat out tell you, come on, girl, like come get this money, like it's easy work. Like,
Oh yeah, they'll tell you like, hey, you should come and try it, because it's not for everybody. Some people will try to get their feet wet thinking like, oh, it's easy, it seems easy, but mentally, you have to be like in the right state of mind to do any type of sex work because if you're not secure with who you are, you're gonna let your mind run free and it's gonna mess with you. Like you really have to be secure.
Agreed.
Or it's just not for you.
So what about what would you guys say about like worrying about like friends and family, like?
So at first, when I first started, I was nervous because before here, I was an aircraft mechanic. So I worked in aerospace. I worked on the F-35 fighter jets. So I worked for the government. So when I first started, I was like, people are going to know. And, I worked with a bunch of guys. So I was like, I don't want people to think of me crazy or think that I'm just a hoe. And then once I started making the money, I was like, man, fuck what they think. They're not even paying my bills. Like, they're not paying my bills. They're not feeding me. Like, now it's different if they're like, hey, let me pay you rent and take you out on a date. Okay, well, yeah, I'll tell you what I'm doing. Maybe I'll think twice before I do this or that. But if you're not, I don't care. I don't care what anybody thinks anymore. My mom knows what I do. My dad knows what I do. My baby daddy knows what I do. I don't care.
I know for me, it was like, my whole family was cool except for mom. She's the only one. Like she's still the only hater. She leaves it alone now. Okay. Like she asked me one day, was like, "How come you talk on the phone with your dad or your grandma more than me?" And I was like, "Cause they don't bother me about my job." And ever since then, she don't bother me about it. And even my daughter, man, supportive. Like she like, "Daddy, as long as you happy, we cool." Plus, we get to travel a lot more now.
Yeah,
you know
for
what I'm saying?
For sure.
Daddy-daughter travels is like off the chain now.
But being in the industry as a male, like, is it? Do you even tell chicks when they like? When
that's hard. It's hard to date, bro.
It's hard to date.
I see females now. But there's a lot of men that are accepting of it. Like they dump the money into OnlyFans and they understand, especially how they feel like if they build in with a woman, like, oh, this is my life. Let's build together. I'm a supporter. Like I know, like I ain't worried about nobody else think about my household. But I think for a woman to get attached, like, oh, like you about to be sharing the piece.
It's different. Like I've dated in and out the industry. As far as industry shit, it's a little bit easier dating in the industry because she understands what you're going through, and I understand what she's going through. But when you date outside the industry, it's like that feels better because it's like it's nothing like that off-camera sex. Sometimes we just love some off-camera sex and shit. But sometimes she'll throw a little shade at who you might work with or say some shit like, I don't look like her and this and that. And it's like, don't worry about that shit. You know what I'm saying? But both of them is hard. Secure, both of them got mad ups and downs. Like right now, I'm just single dad right now. So I'm just concentrating on work and family. Okay. Yeah.
And for you, what's made you decide that I'm going to stay? I'm here, like, I ain't going back to no clock-in job or nothing. Like, this is like...
I still don't know that for sure.
Oh, you still don't know
I am truly one day at a time at this place in my life because it's been, such a shake-up and a complete change for me. So I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just enjoying life at this point. Yeah. Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
For you ladies, can you give me 2 pros and 1 con for the industry?
2 pros. Okay, so one of the pros is you can make your own schedule. Okay. So you're management team or say like different producers or people for shoots or different clients. Hey, are you available this time at this time? So you can schedule out like, no, I'm going on vacation this week. I want to take my kids somewhere this week, and I want to go out to dinner with my friends this week. So you can literally make your own schedule, wake up when you want, work out when you want. That's like the pros. You're not getting told by somebody, oh, like you get to breathe. One pro. Another pro, the money.
The money. You'll say that first.
But then, like a con would be, it's really like a carpenter's wage type of job. So you have to be very wise when it comes to your money. You have to know how to money manage very well because you're not always going to have that high client. You're not always going to have that high paying shoot. You might have to take a couple small ones to save up for the big one, and then you might hit and have a big one. So carpenter's wage saving.
That I didn't know.
You on point with that one. I was on point with that one, yeah.
So for you ladies, like the length of that client being consistent is not like once he finds you and I would say fall in love with you or just like you, like I'm gonna be a regular. Like it's not. Does it happen often?
I do have some regulars that will come see me maybe like 2 to 3 times a year. But again, in this industry, it costs money, so just they would have to be a client that has like a well enough paying job to where you can come 2 to 3 times a year.
I definitely feel that too, because I do a little something escorting as well too. You know
so
what I'm saying? Mine's are both mostly fans of my work and shit, but my escorting is like, excuse me, husband and wives. You know what I'm saying? Where the wife is a fan of mine, so the husband usually pays for me to be with the wife and shit.
I love that.
Yeah. I mean, I wish they would come through more, but it's the same thing too.
Yeah,
like
I get a lot
I might
of
only see
couples.
them like 2 times a year. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. You know what I mean? So you definitely gotta watch how you handle the money, because I might have one month where I'm booked up like crazy. Like I'm shooting for this company, that company, and Brazzers, and them and that all in the same month. And then the next month might be slow as shit. Like ain't nothing but collabs. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta try to be smart with it.
So for you guys in the industry, does having OnlyFans help out with those times when it isn't like consistent?
It's a consistent flow of money. I think with OnlyFans, though, it has come such a long way from when it first started, where before you're able to post anything with anybody. Now it's like everything's so legit and official that
ID for everything.
Everything.
Like I had some girls be on the show and they're like, man, they couldn't even use toys because the damn website was asking for a signature for the damn dildo.
Wow.
Everything.
I'm new to OnlyFans too. I started my OnlyFans when I started at the ranch in May. So I'm trying to learn all of this stuff. I have no idea what's going on there.
It's so cool because she's like the pretty little package that you get to like unlock so slowly, and you're just like watching everything unfold. And it's like so amazing because like when you first start, when you don't have anybody there for you, it's kind of scary. So having like support is so cool because you're like, I want to see where she's gonna go next or things. So, I love it.
I don't know. But no, because you said this like when you first started the industry. But have you in the past? Have you ever worked at any strip clubs?
I have.
How would you describe working at a strip club and working at a brothel?
Working at a strip club is fast paced. Like it's constant flow. Guys come in. It's like a Shark Tank. Like you have 100 to 150 girls working in a night, and you have 10 guys walk in. All of those 100. I worked at Hustlers.
Oh yeah, that's a big club. Yeah, that's a big club.
So all these girls are like running for these guys' attention. So I left the strip club because I don't like to do that. I'll bar hustle, but I'm so not like a shark. No. And I feel like at the ranch, it's just so much easier because your clients choose you. You know what I mean? Like they're coming for you. They don't want any other girl. They want you. They're in love with you. Sometimes it can be scary because you do have the clients that fall so much like in love, and you're just like, it's the fantasy. You're buying into the fantasy, but because of like say their mental state, their fantasy becomes reality. So you got to be very careful with like words you say to clients, the way you touch clients, and that's why work and real life, you really have to separate because it could get like real fast. You know what I mean? Like I don't even know. It could intertwine real quick.
And then for you, like you already got a name in the industry, so I know it's a different step. But how would somebody comes to you not in the industry and they're actually trying to start their OnlyFans? Like, how could they?
Ooh,
Is
I
it possible
actually
for
get
a
that
male?
shit a lot. Like asked on Instagram, like when I put the question board up and stuff like that. A lot of times I tell them like it's kind of hard because it's like the coach in me coming from my background of being a trainer and my dad being a coach. I want to help them, but at the same time, it's like you want to try to let them know like this shit ain't for everybody, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't come in and pussy fit with it or be like you just coming in because you want to get a nut and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like
It's
you
work.
gotta, it's really work for real. Like it ain't just setting the phone up in the corner and shit and then just getting your little nut and then going the fuck on. Like you gotta edit that shit if you
You're
want it to
looking
sell.
at it like, all right, let's do it again.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's more work than people know. You know what I'm saying? And I think some of my homies when they come out to like AVN with me and shit like that. They find out, oh damn, bro, this shit really work out here. Like y'all really gotta do this, do that. And I'm like, like we get tested every day. Like, I just went to get a test again today. I get tested every 14 days, all of that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
And that's
Gotta
a great
keep that
part about
clean
being
bit.
in the industry.
Yeah,
We're
hell
constantly
yeah.
getting
We
tested,
constantly get
You meet
tested.
people in real life, and these are just friends that you've known for years that are like, sleeping with this girl, that girl, and you're just like, dude, do you ever get tested? Oh yeah, I got tested like 3 months ago.
I got a good question for you. I had a homie ask me one time too and shit, right? So he was trying to crack jokes like, man, I can't believe you do porn. This is back when I first came in. I can't believe you do porn. That shit, you nasty, blah, blah, blah. But he one of the homies that go to the club all the time,
And
like
fuck
almost
on
every
random
night.
girls at the club?
Exactly. So I said, when the last time me and them random girls you was railing and shit, bro, you looked at their test to find out,
chlamydia don't look like
bro,
anything.
Exactly.
Yeah, sorry.
Like,
Okay, I can see that though. Like it's a more comfortable, safe space.
Yeah, that's another thing too. Back to that question you asked about like girls in or out of the industry. A lot of times I choose to try to date in the industry first, just because like I know she's tested all the time. She's cleaner. You know what I'm saying? And the level of sex is different. Like I ain't gonna lie, like sex in the industry is a whole lot better than regular chicks. Sorry, regular chicks. I'm sorry, but hey, it is what it is. I'm spoiled.
My regular sex back home was good before I came here. I'm missing some of that.
You ain't had no porn, did you?
You need the porn dick.
Let me give you my number for you.
You gotta break her
I need coaching.
All right.
You seem like the perfect one that I can ask this question to. Because I asked girls on my podcast before, like I've already interviewed like 250 girls, and no one ever can answer this question. What is the difference?
I'm actually gonna put it on you.
I mean, because how she just described it right now. What is the difference between husband or boyfriend dick and just hookup dick?
Oh my god, I want to answer this.
Oh, well, I don't have. I'm notoriously single, so it's really hard for me. That's damn. You got me.
No one can describe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Boyfriend dick and husband dick is like, I'm so sorry to say husbands and boyfriends, but like repetitive dick. Your positions are the same. Your kisses are the same. The eating puss, like it's all the same. So you just do the same thing, but just kind of switch it up. Like, oh, today we'll do doggy, then missionary instead of missionary to doggy. But porn sex or industry sex, it's like a different type of passion because you're working for your money. Like I want to put on a show. I get people tell me all the time, like as a kind of like, fuck, you're so sexy. But like in real life or like boyfriend type sex, it's just like, oh yeah, it felt good. Thanks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gee, thanks.
Okay, I can see that.
Your turn.
So sort of similar, it's just opposite, you know. But yeah, I mean, I ain't gonna lie, I do like off-camera sex too, but usually my off-camera sex is with somebody in the industry too, you know what I'm saying, because we're clean.
Passionate.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, and like I said, I'm a single dad right now, so most of my off-camera sex is with girls I've actually probably worked with on camera and shit too. So it's like we doing the same thing, just the camera ain't on. You know what I'm saying? Same intensity, all of that.
No one's telling you, okay, wait. Do that one more time.
Yeah, you know what I'm
Let's
saying?
do some of this right here. Wait,
Hold
do
on,
some more
cut.
loop. Yeah.
Go to doggy now. It's like, motherfucker, we was just getting it in at this one.
Like stroke it some more. Look at the little lip.
No, you gotta
I do hate that on set. Like you and me and the girl just getting in at one position. It's like we just getting that groove too, and all of a sudden, all right, cut. All right, let's transition into
like,
this
what
position. You like, fuck.
Oh no.
Or like y'all just really get it. All right, that's all we need. That's 25 minutes. All we need is the cum shot now. Like, God damn, man, me and her vibing, bro. We can't get 10 more minutes. Like, holy shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, you get those clients that buy time, and then after their time's up, they're like, 5 more minutes. You're just like, okay.
That's a long 5 minutes. Yes.
So what would you guys recommend? Like, obviously, everyone knows what you guys do. You guys share. You guys are open with your family and friends. And everybody that's coming like, hey, man, Trey, can you plug me in, man? How can I get in? Like, somebody that knows you wants you to plug them in. Can you get me at the Bronford girl? I see you driving this kind of car. I need that money. Like,
I told them to email the fucking agencies. Like, that's the easiest way, the best way to get in is to get an agent anyways, especially if you're brand new, because it's going to be hard to get bookings. Like, if you only want to do OnlyFans shit, then you don't need an agent. Like, all you need to do is just DM other content creators and hope that they answer and shit like that. But most of the time, they going to look at your shit and be like, oh, you ain't got numbers, blah, blah, blah. Which that happened to me when I was on my second Twitter, because my first Twitter got hacked. And I'm rebuilding the second Twitter. I DM a girl. She don't even do the research on me. Like, dude, at this time, I already got AVNs, Urban X Awards and shit. And she like, I need someone more established with more followers. I'm like, bitch, like, hold up, you a brand newbie? Like, what the fuck you mean? Like, so then later down the line, she come hitting me up. I was like, nah, I'm good. We straight. Like what Jeezy say, I might forgive, but I don't forget. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I do my research on girls. Like, I don't get caught in the numbers of followers and shit. Like, I research them. I Google them. See what type of scenes they shoot, do all that shit. See, I was taught that by like Isaiah and Prince and Rico and them. So I do my research, you know what I'm saying, before I shoot with a girl.
Okay. What do you guys, for you, has anybody asked you to help them out and get them in?
I'll let people know real quick. I don't know anything about what I'm doing right now. Don't follow me.
How did you get into?
My daughter.
Your daughter?
Yeah, my daughter. My daughter has been in the industry a little over almost 4 years now.
So she said, Mom, come join me at the Bronford.
She has been talking me into it for years. For years. It took her, for the last 3.5 years, she's been trying to get me to come out here.
So explain your day when you say, you know what, I'm going to go in. Like, how she convinced you? Like, what was going through your day? Like, did your day convince you? Did you have something bad going on and you just like, I needed it?
Well, my situation as a single woman, I have always hustled. So I worked my normal Monday through Friday site administrative position. I was caretaker on a farm, lived there 7.5 years. So I kept fields mowed down, everything cut back, kudzu from taking over. I hustled cakes. So after work, Monday through Thursday, I baked cakes, decorated cakes on Friday, delivered them. On Saturday, delivered them. And then I turned on DoorDash. So
yeah, you're a hustler.
That was my week, and that my life has been that way my entire life. Being a single parent, I've had my sugar daddies and my men of convenience, when it's my friends of benefits, whatever we call it. But I've always been very self-sufficient, and I'm now 45. I just turned 45.
You look great, girl.
I just turned 44 this month.
Well, now my body is saying, hey, you are 45. It's time to slow down, and it's time to do something a little different.
Foes up.